What's going on, guys? Chillisfm here, and after a full week of trying to build my own very strong Great League team, I kind of gave up, to be honest, and I don't regret it. Guys, I stole this team off Twitter. I've already seen 3 or 4 people posting that they have hit legend with this team, and I don't know who originally created it. So if you do know, let me know in the comments down below. I want to make sure that I do give credit to them if somebody does know. But regardless, I've only had positive sets with this team, and I honestly had doubts about it before I tried it out. But 4 sets later, all 4 positive sets, up 100 points. I'm like, you know, I kind of gotta put this team out here now. So I'm going to be showcasing a couple sets that I played with this team. I played 1 set in between these 2 sets, I think, with a different team, and I lost Elo, so I went back to it. So yeah, I'm going to be showcasing a couple sets. It's going to be 8 wins and 2 losses. The losses both had pretty important things that I could learn from, that I have definitely improved on. So I definitely want to include them as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the end of this first battle. So they're going to be coming back out with Venusaur, and I was already reading the line. This is a very popular line. It's going to be the Venusaur double steal. They do catch the poison thing here, which is like good for them, but also not that good for them, because an Earth Power does not one-shot an XL Bastiodon, so that Poison Fang was actually kind of necessary. So now I can go for the Earth Power right here, and boom, takes out the Bastiodon. All they have left is this Venusaur. I haven't even shown my Lickitung. I haven't even shown it. I can just go ahead and debuff with this Poison Fang. No reason to go to Earth Power. It gets the last shield. I'm surprised they even shielded it, and we're going to be able to just farm down. It's going to be a GG's. Let's jump into battle number 2. Alright, so we're going to have Shadow Nidoqueen up against a Lickitung lead. Lickitung is going to be our safe swap, so we're going to immediately swap out there. And that's not because of our Nidoqueen has a bad matchup by any means, but we have 2 better answers, and we want to try to lure out their fighters. So we do lure out the meta champ here. There's so many fighters out in the meta, and that's actually the #1 reason that I was kind of doubting this team before I ran it. But a lot of the fighters are Medicham or Deoxys, and Lickitung has a great matchup against both. You're actually able to flip switch against Medicham if they're not running Power Up Punch, and if they don't shield one of the body slams. So there you go. We get swapped there. They're going to come out with Deoxys now. We're like, hey, cool. I'm going to chip away at this Deoxys as well. The only bad thing is Nidoqueen and Scrafty don't have great matchups against Deoxys. So it's really nice that I got all that chip damage. I'm going to have to come in with Nidoqueen at this point, and I'm going to have to shield up the potential Psycho Boost here. Hopefully it is the Psycho Boost. It is, so good shield. I mean, it's kind of weird for them to bait with a higher energy move. And I instantly swapped into Scrafty there, which, like, you don't have to. I figured either I was going to catch a Psycho Boost, or their counters are going to be debuffed, and I could probably just counter them down with Power Up Punch at that point. So they swapped out. That's even better for me. Lickitung coming in. We're resisting all these licks. The body slams only hit for neutral. We're just going to commit to the farm down. Don't even need to shield right here. We can save our shield for our Nidoqueen, and then Deoxys is going to come back in. They still have 2 shields, so I'm just going to be going straight Power Up Punch. We're just going to rely on the fast move damage to close out this game. They do give up a shield in case that was the foul play. Not even going to bait the foul play at this point. Like, there's just no reason to. If I can get a little bit extra counter damage, and then I realize, like, my switch clock is up, and just come in Nidoqueen, Poison Jab down. I'm going to, of course, throw this Poison Fang just to ensure the win, and they are still staying in, throwing energy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna flex a little. I'm not going to show this Psycho Boost. Nidoqueen able to hang on, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. I already know some of y'all are going to be asking, do you need Shadow Nidoqueen? No, you do not. Regular Nidoqueen will work for this team just fine. All right. Into the next one, up against a Sableye lead, not the best lead. We're going to be swapping out into Lickitung. Both Lickitung and Scrafty are going to have good matchups here. Nidoqueen can win in the 0 shield, but yeah, it's not a very clean-cut win. They're going to be coming out now with Skarmory, and at this point, I recognize what the team is. I mean, this team's very common. It's probably a Azumarill in the back, or it could be a second Steel type in the back. If it's a Steel type, then great, we want our Scrafty on it. If it's a Azumarill, then Scrafty's going to really struggle. And at this point, I have to kind of make a call, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to no shield. And they sky attack me, and of course, like, this body slam's not going to KO, so they're going to be able to get switched. And that's a big mistake, guys. Like, if there's a chance that there's an Azumarill in the back, you should just fight for switch, because if I shield that, then I easily get to 2 body slams. I might have to go down 2 shields, but they're going to at least give back a shield as well. And yeah, I ended up giving up a shield right there anyways, so really not a smart play on my part. So yeah, here's the Azumarill, so I'm gonna just skip past the rest of this. But Azumarill is very common in the meta, is my point. You don't want your Scrafty aligned with the Azumarill, so just fight for switch if you think there's possibly an Azumarill in the back. Just do it. Because you're going to see this could have been a 5-0 set if I would have just fought for Swampert there, but I didn't. Alright, into this next one. Up against an Umbreon lead. So Lickitun's not going to have a great matchup against Umbreon, but we can go ahead and drop their defense and chip away with Nidoqueen before we swap out. And they did build up to the Psychic here. I'm going to go ahead and respect it. Not many Umbreons are going to be running Psychic, but just in case, we showed up the first one, going for this next Poison Fang here, and then I'm going to try to catch the next Foul Play on my Lickitung. But the game decides not to let me out. There was some desync there. I'm going to have to go ahead and eat this Foul Play. It's fine. We're just going to Poison Jab down at this point. I'm not going to quite be able to. So I do end up sniping with my Lickitung. We want to draw out the fighter regardless, and they're coming out with Deoxys. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is not a good matchup for Deoxys, despite the fact that they are throwing super effective damage with the counters. The licks are going to be doing just as much. The body slam pressure is just unreal. But in the back, they're going to come out with their Azumarill, which is just like so good for me. Thank you for showing your Azumarill now and not against my Scrafty. But this is also why we kept the Nidoqueen alive. If we need Nidoqueen to take out this Azumarill, we still have it. So we get to the second Power Whip there, we get a shield, and they're going to be throwing energy here. But I'm thinking that this extra lick damage can be really nice against that Deoxys, knowing that Scrafty is going to be taking super effective damage from the counters as well. So we come in with Nidoqueen, go for the Poison Fang. We're going to be able to take out this Azumarill. We're going to be able to get to another Poison Fang against this Deoxys. And the great thing is they will not be able to clear this defense drop right here. And that's just such an uncomfortable spot to be in. The opponent realizes that the licks are going to be doing too much, and they top left. You love to see it. All right, into the next one. Up against Nidoqueen, so phenomenal lead right here, and they're going to be swapping on to a Shadow Victory Bell. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this Poison Fang to drop their defense. We definitely want to keep our Nidoqueen alive because we're going to need it for that Charmer, but I wanted to do some nice chip damage to make sure that I am keeping switch here. And at this point, I'm just going to commit to the farm down. I think I throw up a shield here, knowing this is a all fast move pressure team, and I wanted to shield something, but they acid spray, so not a great shield. I don't know why they wouldn't just leave Blade there, but you know, is what it is. Maybe they're running acid spray gunk, or not gunk. What is it? I don't remember. Whatever the Sludge Bomb. So anyways, they're coming in with Medicham now, which is not what I expected in the back. I thought it was going to be Bastiodon. So definitely not the greatest thing, but we're able to chip away a lot with the licks. Look at that. They're already in the red. I'm going to come in now with my Scrafty, knowing this Scrafty is absolutely useless against their Charmer, and I can just soak whatever energy they have here. So they throw the Power Up Punch. I'm going to commit to the farm down. There's the Wigglytuff. We're going to be coming in with Nidoqueen, going straight for the Poison Fang. Unfortunately, they are going to be able to charm me down, which is a little bit scary, but remember, we banked a Foul Play. Foul Play's resisted, but we dropped their defense with that Poison Fang, so now this Foul Play is going to be doing much more damage, not quite enough to take them out, but 2 more counters will do the job. Scrafty is a Wigglytuff counter confirmed, and after 1 more counter, Scrafty is also a Medicham counter confirmed. You love to see it. So I think that's going to be the final battle of the first set. Let's jump on into the second set. We got some more battles for you. All right, Nidoqueen into Galvantula. So this is a phenomenal lead. I'm picking up a lot of very positive leads with Nidoqueen, to be honest. I'm not seeing very many Walrein at this point. They've just kind of vanished from the meta, which is really interesting. I mean, I still see them occasionally, but I haven't seen any in the lead, to be honest. And yeah, they're definitely not on every team like they were a few days ago. And I'm not saying it's going to stay that way because Walrein definitely has a lot of play. I think everyone just got sick of the triple Walrein counter teams, so it's probably just going to be sleeping for a little while, and it will definitely be back. If not by the end of this Great League session, it'll definitely be back next time. Alright, so they have a Galvantula, not great for my Scrafty right here. Well, of course they have Galvantula, it was the lead, right? So we were able to get a shield off, and now we're going to coming back in with Nidoqueen. In the back, they have a Swampert, and you would think this is a phenomenal matchup for Lickitung because we have Power Whip, right? Like, you're going to be able to one-shot 1,000 Swamperts, but it's not because of Swampert's so spammy, and you're not going to be able to make it to 2 Power Whips before they are able to take you out with these Hydro Cannons in the one shield. Especially not my Lickitung, because my Lickitung is not the fully excelled version, it's the Hundo, so like it gets up to 1500, but it doesn't have the same bulk as some of these other ones. So we go with the Body Slam. They actually caught a bait right there, which is absolutely incredible, but we're going to be able to get off this next Body Slam. This will threaten their final shield off them. And you notice I did not shield my Lickitung. That's because I knew that this little Nidoqueen, I don't know what I was going to call Nidoqueen for a second there. But we're going to be able to just take out this Galvantula easily. And we have another Poison Fang ready to go for this Swampert. We can safely shield up the Hydro Cannon right here and get the Poison Fang off. Even if this Poison Fang doesn't KO, 1 or 2 more Poison Jabs for sure will. And this game is going to be ours. And yeah, the Poison Fang does it anyway, so GG's. Well played to my opponent. Let's jump into the next battle. We're going to have Nidoqueen up against a Shadow Swampert lead. So terrible lead. We're going to be swapping out into Lickitung, and they're going to be answering with Defense Deoxys. So again, this is not a bad matchup for Lickitung. We're going to be going straight for the Body Slam here, and you're going to see these Body Slams plus the Licks just chip away. Already in the yellow. Like, Defense Deoxys already in the yellow from a bulky Pokemon like Lickitung. That's kind of crazy, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead and soak up that Thunderbolt, knowing that we're going to have to eat at least 1 charge move and go for this next Body Slam. That Body Slam gets the shield. They're building up some energy, and I'm almost at the next Body Slam. They're not at the back-to-back Psycho Boost just yet. I think they're 3 counters off, and here's where I make a mistake. I go straight for the Body Slam instead of taking 1 or 2 more counters damage, and that just means that I am going to get mud shot down by a Shadow Swampert. I just gave them 4 free mud shots. I mean, really, it's like 2 free mud shots. If I would have taken 1 more counter, probably 2 mud shots would have done it. But yeah, Shadow Swampert with energy is incredibly deadly. I mean, we can't even take 2 Hydro Cannons on this Scrafty, and they're going to be swapping out now into Talonflame. I'm going to be answering with my Nidoqueen, trying to get some play out of my Nidoqueen. I sneak an extra Poison Jab through, thinking that they're going to be going straight for the Flame Charge, but they go straight for the Brave Bird. So interesting play by my opponent. At this point, I need a shield from this pup bait to be able to win, but they no shield. What a call by my opponent. So now I'm just praying that somehow I can get through this, going for this next Power Up Punch. They let it go through, and we're able to counter down the Talonflame. We have double boosted counters coming from my Scrafty, and I denied the Mud Shot from the Shadow Swampert. Can Scrafty clutch out this game? We need 2 counters to take them out, but no, they get enough energy for the next Hydro Cannon after just 1 counter goes through. So super unfortunate. Again, if I would have played that Lickitung into Deoxys matchup a little bit better, made sure that that Swampert did not get farmed, that was definitely a winnable game. Definitely a challenging one, but definitely winnable. All right, into this next one, going to be answering this Umbreon with my Scrafty. So you love to see this, right? A9 lead, so it's probably going to be running Charm, which we know that the Charms are just going to delete Scrafty. Like, there's no reason for me to try to like preserve any kind of health on Scrafty because the Charms are double super effective. Scrafty will be gone. So we're going to go ahead, no shield this last resort, and I wanted to commit to the farm down here, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, and I didn't want to risk, if I miscounted and they got to that last resort right there, it would be pretty terrible to lose swap. So we're going to go ahead and just throw this Power Up Punch into this Ninetales. In hindsight, I probably could have made it to the foul play. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to survive even 1 charm. Not a big deal. We still have our Nidoqueen aligned with their A9, and in the back they have a Medicham. So we're going to want to debuff this Medicham before we swap out. And now I'm going to bank a Poison Jab, and we catch the Ice Punch right here, I believe. Yeah, we catch the Ice Punch, which is great because if that was a Psychic, would have done a lot more damage. But Ice Punch, not so threatening. We're at the Body Slam, just going to go ahead and throw it. I'm expecting a shield from the Medicham here, but I guess since they were debuffed, they were like, Medicham can't really close out this game, and they're going to be coming back in with Ninetales. But at this point, I have 2 shields. My Nidoqueen is healthy enough that Nidoqueen can just close this out easily. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this Body Slam just to, I don't know, maybe we need their shield for some reason. And yeah, they know it's over. So they let it go through. That's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. I pretty much hard countered them there. Not a lot they could do, unfortunately. But into the next one, up against another Sableye lead. Sableye lead's pretty popular. So we see another Skarmory here, and I'm like, you know, I've seen this team. I misplayed it last time. Let's see if I can play it better. I am going to have to eat at least 1 Sky Attack. They didn't build up to the Brave Bird there, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that first one. And now I'm going for the Body Slam here. Even though these Body Slams are resisted, like I said, Lickitung can definitely flip this matchup because we're going to be spamming out these Body Slams quicker than they get to the Sky Attack. So here's the 3rd Body Slam. They've already given up 1 shield. We're able to throw this before they throw the Sky Attack, and it puts them into the red. So now I can easily shield this and just commit to the lick down. I'll have a little bit of energy coming out of this as well. So yeah, they get a little pause lag there. Don't think it really mattered. We're going to be able to lick them down regardless. And there is the Azumarill. So this is wonderful. This is exactly what we want to see. We have alignment, how we need it. And I go for the Body Slam there, knowing that they can't bubble me down before I make it to a Power Whip after. And I figured if they were going to shield, they were probably going to shield the first one. But they called it. So great call by my opponent, but they still let the Power Whip through. So that's phenomenal for me. I come over Nidoqueen now. I don't even have to shield this unless it's a Hydro. Maybe Hydro one-shots. I don't think Hydro one-shots, but it might. Most Azumarill right now seems like they're running Ice Punch or Ice, what is it? Ice Beam and Play Rough. So I went ahead and made a call. It was just the Ice Beam. So Sableye up against Scrafty. Scrafty can tank a return, so we weren't even worried about it. They go ahead and eat the foul play, and this game is just over at this point. We can go ahead and no shield. I don't care if they return me. Actually, if they return me and take me out, that's even better because we just get a little bit of farm on our Nidoqueen. We can go straight for the Poison Fang. The opponent knows it's over. They top left. You love to see it. Alright, into the final battle, up against another Lickitung lead. And I played it out a little bit differently this time. I decided to stay in and chip away with the poison. Goodness gracious, guys, my brain is just, this is a 20-minute video. I should not have done it in one take, I guess. But the poison jabs did some nice chip damage. That way, if they did want to stay in with the Lickitung versus Lickitung matchup, we would have a fighting chance because, like I said, my Lickitung is not the most excel. So I don't know why I go for a Power Whip here. I should have just done the Body Slam. I could have got a shield from my opponent. So even after all these games, you know, starting to go positive with this team, I was still making some misplays, which is part of the reason that I fell all the way to the 2500s. Now I'm almost back to the 2700s. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with how this team has taken me, and I've played one other team that has helped me climb as well. And I'll try to get a video out on that sometime this weekend. I make no promises. I do got some stuff going on with my family this weekend. Hey, we're able to connect with the foul play. They tried to call the bait right there. Scrafty, again, just countering things that it should not be countering, taking out the Shadow Vic. All they have left is their Lickitung. I can just go ahead and throw up a shield and get this power up punch off, just getting as much counter damage in as, guys, I'm tired. I don't know if y'all can hear, but my voice is giving out too. I want to cough or something. That's going to be it for today. I'm wrapping the video up. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's content. And until next time, this is Chillisfm reminding you to always keep pushing forward.